into it. So, uh, last week, most of you remember what had happened, save for one person who decided to not sleep for like 5 days in a row. You guys fought with the Legion that had invaded the villages, or the series of villages that Sparrow calls home. You assisted her in beating back the Legion. Most of these towns you found were empty. However, one of you happened to find a whole bunch of rebels willing to fight and help push them back. That one of you being Dirge. Felix, you
Jerry
went.
must have got fucked up.
Also did get fucked up. Got lucky. He ended up fighting all the really hard ones. Uh, Felix, you went and fought on your own, and somehow,
Became
some
the
way,
battle legend.
through the sacrifice of all your soldiers, you survived.
And grew stronger. With their sacrifice, we truly could become the Shadow Legends for
More and more each day I hate you. Even more. And then, Kralakrova, you don't remember, but you may have, overcharged Flame Strike, Legion soldiers, or, a unit of soldiers or two. And, Perseus was there. You could totally vouch for the fact that you did it.
It's true. I seen it with my own eyes.
But now, after that, you have sort of brushed over the camps. Felix, you've walked through a couple of the villages. You found most people have left, though you did find a bunch of tamed Battleborn left behind. As for Dirge, you found just more rebels willing to fight against the Legion. Perseus, if I remember correctly, the town that you were at, or the little village area you were at, there was nobody there. No, there were people there. You
They're
had the
just fucking
Curious
weird.
Town. Yes, I remember now. It was barricaded. It was barricaded to keep people out. However, as you got in there, you found that whoever was inside turned against each other. And from what you can gather, about half the people ended up doing that. Half the people, for no reason whatsoever, turned against the other half.
Bunch of fucking weirdos, man.
And with that, your first battlefield combat was done. And the blaring mistakes of my system were found. It'd work if there's some automation in this Roll20, but there's not. So, let's say you guys all gather around this point after the battle. You gather around and you take inventory of what you've collected, who you've found, what you found, and aside from the heavy casualties of Felix's squad, most people seem to have made it out for the better.
We're back.
Does anybody have anything they wish to discuss? Take that as a no.
I'm gonna ask.
I'm kind of
If we need
right
food,
now,
there's
ordering
turtles to the
Domino's.
east.
There's turtles to the east. Ask Spur about that village if there's anything weird about it.
Which village are you asking?
The one I came from, where they're all weird.
She'll tell you that this is let's see actually. It is quite strange to her.
Do you
The
have any idea why? Was it the work of the Legion?
It is possible. The Legion are new down this far south, but it would be strange if all of a sudden, well, why would half a town turn to the Legion for no reason? Did you find any Legionnaires inside?
No, only outside.
That is very strange. I am going to look at the rest of the villages myself. Um, you're all, you may all stay wherever you please. Please come here. Come to this village. I'll make sure they take care of you and your people. And she'll lead you to the closest village, and from there she'll fly off with a couple of people. I will note that she did seem quite confused about the what you've reported.
Them boys ain't right over there.
Dirge.
Yo,
You
what's up? They're just is ordering a pizza right now.
I'll go to someone else. Felix.
Yeah, literally just go and tell the group about turtles to the east and that if we need food.
Yes. You return to your team. 10 men short. Effectively, 20% of your initial forces died. Do you feel like you have anything to explain?
How did that happen? How did you lose so many men, Felix?
He was playing Raid Shadow Legend.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
I don't think you.
On what planet? Well, no, we wouldn't find anything.
Can anyone else
Is
not
there a name
understand
of this
Felix?
planet?
What was that, Felix?
Is there a name for the planet?
There's
Like,
no
what do people
name
call
for
it?
like the civilization is not civilized enough to have like an understanding of a planet. They kind of just refer to the places, the lands, and so, etc. So over here, this is the Western Blight. Well, at least the Western Blight to the lot of you.
I feel like, sort of going like, oh, like, instead of Earth, what would they use for it?
They don't have that
Like, it would-
sophistication of knowledge.
so how would
Like-
they refer to, like, yeah, okay.
They might just refer to it as the world, if anything. Like, the concept of the planet came to humans by their creation myths. So Greeks and Romans referred to the planet as Gaia because it was sort of like it was like her avatar, if I remember correctly. Um, I think some
Gaia is a
Aborigine
thing.
clans had very
I get
similar.
it.
Yeah,
It didn't make sense in the first place to send men with someone that works in the shadows. All they would do is just hinder my efforts.
ow, the edge.
I know, right?
Should add some red streaks to that hood on you.
Good Lord. Bro, so is Felix like this?
He is a peculiar bunch. You remember that you did find him in a fortress, a beast from beyond's fortress in the middle of the Great Void.
Oh, no, no, no.
So, Sparrow, in a few hours, really, will return to you guys. So, if there's anything you want to do in those few hours, go ahead and say now. Kroba, anything? Didn't you just wake up?
Sleep. Oh, no.
Fucking sleep once every 48 hours, feel real good. Living the college life again. Perseus?
Nothing in particular. I'm probably just gonna rest. I can't think of anything currently.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
I'll
make some
check.
chili dogs.
Some chili dogs.
That was
That's
Sonic's
not
thing.
that. Yeah, I was about to say. What do you mean chili dogs? That's not your thing. You should be like brooding and fucking reloading your magazines.
Well, regardless. Spell will return, and she'll return with a host of other diminutives, such as herself. Not all of them airborne, most of them terrestrial. And slowly but surely, though they seem somewhat timid, they will approach you and your men and sort of just give you guys thanks, offering you up food and drink. Your men will happily accept it without any approval from anyone whatsoever.
Oh yeah, pizza's ordered.
Didn't already eat, that sounds good, but I ate.
Yeah, I found out I had like a free pizza from Domino's. I'm like, yeah, let's go get some shit.
Always a good feeling. So, Sparrow, after everyone sort of stops crowding you and they start talking about rebuilding and fortifying or maybe even leaving, Sparrow will approach you, Perseus. Uh, Mr. Former Legionnaire,
Yes.
you said that you and your people plan on fighting the Legion in the swamp, correct?
That is correct.
Do you...
At least for now.
She kind of looks around at your soldiers and she'll notice that a good chunk of them are missing. I'm sure Felix is off in the corner, not even caring about such a prospect. The Legion is, well, they may not be strong, but they are numerous. And their leaders, well, their leaders are much stronger than anything you'll ever face. Well, anything that I've ever seen. Even the Battlebone run away from them. You will need more men.
Possibly.
Can I...
Are you offering men?
He nods. The people of the village, they do not want to live under Legion rule. They will fight at your side. Uh, they do so more or less because I might have offered up the suggestion. I feel like your people are trustworthy. However, I will rescind that trust if I feel I need to. But
Likewise.
There are still many people in the swamp. May I offer you suggestions?
I'd gladly take your suggestions.
So, she will start drawing out another map in the dirt. Which you should now all be on.
Yes. There's there's a
Damn, she
there's a couple
drew
of
all those
dragons.
hexes.
Yes, every single hex.
Damn.
She's powerful.
She places a couple stones to signify these little dragon dudes. And then she places some large circles here and there. This is where we are right now. Hold on, let me make sure you guys can actually see that. Alright. This is where you guys are at the moment. And then she she draws out in circles, you know, the other major population centers, which would be here, 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 and here. She'll also notify you that this is a place that nobody goes because it is a den of beasts. Beasts from beyond.
Here be dragons, but also here be dragons. Here be dragons, here be like actual dragons.
Here be
Otherworldly
dragons, here be
flesh monster things.
Lovecraft's cat.
Noah, man.
What the fuck?
Alright. So, she tells you that the Legion have already begun sort of scouting out these major population centers. There are definitely soldiers amassed in this region. There are definitely soldiers amassed in this region up north of this little population area. And there are definitely ones trolling around this very thick jungle area that surrounds this marsh here. And then she points out over here at the top right that is the Legion's stronghold in the area. I'll just put this here. So, you should definitely not go there first. She will suggest that it'd probably be best to get some allies first. But you can, if you want, go to any of these regions. So,
It's like Dynasty Warriors. We can't assault the fucking what's it called stronghold immediately. Have to whittle down their forces.
or you can just go and, you know.
Full send it.
We'll just drop Felix into it. He can Lubu his way into the headquarters.
Disgusting Legion creatures, get out of my sight.
She. What was I gonna say?
Can I have a gun?
Nope.
I have a gun. It does nothing, but I just have the gun.
She will mention that there are two peoples nearby, or two groups of people that you should think of recruiting. One of which she will tell you reluctantly, the other she will sort of urge you to seek out first, though it may be dangerous for you guys specifically. She will tell you that over here in this little marsh area, there is the clan of fishermen. They are Perditor. They are fiercely loyal to their leader, who is some strange foreign individual. But
Campus.
They are dangerous. They are Perditor. She does not trust them, nor does the villagers. And you would know, or should know, despite Harad being a Perditor himself, they are cannibals. Or at least they will turn to cannibalism if there is nothing else for them to eat.
Honestly, that sounds like Felix's kind of people. They could like all sit and talk about how much they hate like everything that's not them.
Not only are they
I'm
Perditor,
seeing some recruitment opportunities here.
but they are capable of flight. They would be a valuable asset against the Legion. They would also
So
be
not
pretty
Kappas.
dangerous if the Legion recruited them. Then, over here, this little dragon symbol is an ancient... what are they called? An ancient snapdragon.
So it has a ton of meat.
No, river dragon. There. An ancient river dragon. That
Imagine how much food we could get out of it.
you could, if you can kill it. But, it
If
has...
it bleeds, it can die.
It has been in this region for years, decades, generations, actually, and her family are sort of dedicated to protecting it. Think of her as the shrine maiden, and she's the beast that lives in the shrine. It is a massive creature. It is a battleborn Perditor, and it would be a valuable tool against the Legion. Aside from that, you can go whichever way you please. If you want more information on these villages, you can also ask.
What about the other dragon to the north?
To the north. That is a creature that keeps that village's population in check. She doesn't know too much about it, but she does know that it is a Perditor of some sort, and it just terrorizes the region. The people of this village, or the two peoples of this village, they tend to fight each other a lot, but when this creature is alive, it also sort of prevents them from getting too wild. The people of this village are sort of Perditor. They're kind of like a half Perditor sort of deal.
We can't be having racial mixes in here. What the fuck?
Let's see, I gotta look up these things myself.
Let's see here. So what are the dark blue spots on the map? Is that deep water?
Yeah, it's just deep water.
The light blue we can cross.
Light blue should be easy to cross. Plenty of fjords.
But where are the briggies?
The bridges?
Yes, the
What?
briggies to cross the water.
You can just
I
walk
actually
over the
should
water.
have drawn them. I didn't draw them.
Yeah,
like,
walk over the
at the
deep
time.
water.
Oh yeah, the deep water on that far side, but I mean we're not going to that side of the map immediately. Maybe you are since you go get like the funny like murder machines.
Where are we?
We're in the south. We're here.
Okay.
We're like right there.
Why is there a giant crate in that?
Yeah, just think of it as a bridge.
No, that's a giant crate.
Well, it's now a bridge. She'll also tell you that there is Beasts from Beyond activity in the region. It doesn't happen often. It happens more often up here by their lair.
Oh boy.
But in most cases, they're generally benign.
And the
Generally.
dragon to the west, is it friendly to the people of the swamp, or is it only is it a fauna that only protects the swamp?
Well, it's friendly to me.
I'm gonna
Is
need a
what
little
her
more
response is.
specifics.
It generally
Need a bit
doesn't
more
prey.
specifics than that.
It generally does not prey on her or her village or her villagers. Every once in a while, they will go off and offer it tribute. Clean its lair, clean his scales, that sort of thing. And it doesn't really pay them too much attention. Larger creatures tend to have a harder time. So, small men, mid men, big men. It has, on more than one occasion, killed a beast from beyond. It has,
God
on more than one
damn.
occasion, killed a great man. It has, on multiple occasions, fought other Battleborn Predator and won. There are... it is a river dragon. I think river dragons would be
Alright.
familiar to you and Dirge.
Yeah, we're familiar with things that pop out of the river and require sacrifices. I remember that.
Last campaign, yeah. Just don't go attacking this one without provocation.
Dude, fucking
Felix.
Morgan would be the type of dude to look at the big dragon in DS2 and be like, yeah, I'm gonna fight that. I'm gonna go slap his ass and see what happens.
In the conversation about her river dragon friend, who she refers to as
Ancient dragon first try.
Old One Eye, it has at one point in time ripped the leg off of a great dragon, tri-dragon, which is a large hydra-like creature, but with specifically only 3 heads that don't regrow. And those things are deadly. They don't pay much attention to anything smaller than them, though.
And then past the dragon.
You mean this village?
Yeah, further to the west, past the dragon.
Yeah, so hold on, I'm grabbing my pizza.
We can wait. Yes, you guys know quite well about creatures that come out of the water, are super big, and can murder you instantly. Some of you fight them for no reason, because you're... What was it? Chaotic good?
Sacrifice bad.
Surely our DM won't put something in front of us if you can kill us on the first session, right? Hopefully for future campaigns you guys do understand that I can and will do that.
Okay, but what if it's something that tastes good? Surely you can't deny us food.
I mean, if you want to fight it and try to eat it, I won't stop you. But it might be the last time Felix is in play.
I will be
Alright,
our
we should
bias.
go and try and kill it. If that's the chance.
Oh boy. What else can I say about this area? Do you guys hear music coming through Roll20?
I have it
No.
muted, so no.
I don't have anything.
Perseus will be your Senshi.
I'll just put up
Or what?
bot.
You will be your Senshi. I will be your Lioness.
There
Carlos
was
will be your Useless Elf.
there
You
was
hear
a sound
crickets?
coming
Yeah,
through.
I stopped it. I should just. Actually, no. I should do
Okay.
that play. I need to get my notepad out with all the songs that I'm gonna use for this thing. Okay, is Baku back yet? There's always something. This even happens in
It would appear he's
table
not back.
games. This often happens in our table games too. Show up, chat, get in the game, and then someone decides to order food, and then we all stop to eat. Hopefully, I will be returning to that next week.
We're back.
Almost.
Wait, what's up?
Hey. We were just about to talk about this village over here. So, Sparrow will tell you that this village is also home to two separate tribes. You have the Dragon Wranglers, who are a tribe of diminutives who have somehow mastered the art of taming Battleborn. They are quite capable of taming snapdragons and have plenty of them. Not so well as taming river dragons, but snapdragons are still a very valuable creature. They are also neighbors of the Bufomen clan. They are large, well, yeah, they're large creatures. Well, large-ish. They're still smallmen, I think. But despite being smallmen, they're also Paraditor.
Goddamn.
They are dangerous. They could be quite aggressive, and their prey of choice are both other smallmen and diminutives. The Dragon Wranglers only exist because of their capability to tame snapdragons. Another thing to know about both clans... No. Both clans... is that the region they have grown in has led them to be adept at using poisons. The Dragon Wranglers themselves are pretty capable of warding off predators and other, predators and Battleborn because of the poisons that they carry on themselves and that they use to tattoo their skin. Which is another reason they're able to fend off the Bufomen. But the Bufomen are Toximancers. They can harness anima to cast spells that are comprised of poison. So, you got Battleborn Tamers and you got Poison Spellcasters. The dragon wranglers are generally opposed to violence, but they do what they must. And the Buffelmen are highly aggressive, and it's unknown if you can trust them.
God damn.
Clearly, we just do what the Greeks do. We mud rustle them into submission.
Do you wish to know anything else?
No. At this point, I like. Where does everybody?
Do the Buffelmen abide by the lords of the gym clause?
They are quite big. They have been
So if
known
you can beat
to.
them in naked wrestling, they will submit to you.
It is possible.
Okay, Felix, you know the drill.
Yeah, that's Perseus's realm.
Need to find my dock on what's.
So where exactly is everyone heading out? Or where do you intend to move toward?
Are you asking Sparrow?
Well, I'm asking my party because we're all gathered at this point in time.
You are gathered. Everyone's half asleep.
So
head
how
west.
deep is this? And are these mountains right here?
Where?
Right there, like these things right
Yes,
here.
it's
So like a
they're
sheer cliff
hills.
right here.
It's a hill. It's like a cliff that separates the river here from the lake on the other side. And that over there to the east, that is the home of the did I really name them river farmers? Yep, the river farmer clan.
Right,
There.
I'm going to meet the cat.
Okay.
What if we head westward, up this way, and then go get this before we go through that bridge?
Dirge has offered a suggestion.
I didn't hear him. What did he say?
To cream pie, your FBI agent.
No, I know
Yeah,
that.
we can
but
also do that. What is this? Like, what's here? Is this like a village? Is this like a stronghold?
Well, there's a village to
Something?
the south, and I assume there's a Legion force north of it.
Yes, the flags denote known Legion activity. The big one is the actual Legion stronghold.
I want to head west just because that force doesn't seem like it'd be too hard to stomp. I want to talk to the dragon. I want to convince the dragon riders or snapdragon riders to join us, and then I'll like head north. Take out the other two patrols and then head to the stronghold.
Well,
So
you don't
what
have to
would
do
be-
everything in one fell swoop.
I mean, that's just the path, right? And then we send Felix east to go like talk to his homies. And they push east. They'll get past the bridge, maybe get that other legion incursion at that other village under control, and then we all like push north to the stronghold.
So the plan is Felix goes over here.
Raid Shadow Legends in the east.
Yeah, the plan is to go over here and then eventually work north.
Yeah.
Well, that's a village, but this is another right here. This little bit of marsh. That's the fishermen clan. And further to the east are the river farmers.
Let me guess. These guys are fishermen and these guys are river farmers.
Yes.
I mean, they're more bodies.
I mean, they're your people inside the fishermen.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It's just that they'd probably respond better to you.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's over, bros.
So, what is your guys' first plan of action? Do you wish to know more about the other villages, or are you just gonna go?
I think I know enough. I know what I'm planning on doing.
Because, no.
Yeah, I'd roll with the majority rule, I guess.
You can go elsewhere if you want. I only said Felix should go east because Predator understand Predator.
Wait, but isn't Felix not a predator?
I thought he was.
No, I guess he's
I'm
one of
pretty
those
sure
sort
the only
of
predator-
half predator.
He's like has cannibalistic tendencies, right?
No, that's the barbarian.
Yeah, it's Harad. Harad's the full-on predator, but he doesn't really engage in the cannibalism. Felix is sort of... Felix is like a quarter predator. He doesn't really engage in the cannibalism because he doesn't really need to, but he enjoys the killing. If that makes any sense.
Yes.
Wait, have we even rested since the last one?
thought we
Consider
did.
what you guys are doing now a rest. And I'm gonna put this token over here.
I was gonna say this would look really fucking weird if you have crown pillars like
Did I heal any?
covered in dirt, and then you have
Look, time is not... We're not moving on from one thing to another thing. You're not just moving out after this battle.
okay, but I'm saying it'd be funny if it's like you have crown covered in dirt, and then you have Felix just like layers of blood dripping off.
Yeah, you guys can rest, as in have a full rest, as in heal to full. Right now, you're kind of just planning what you guys plan on doing here in this swamp. There is no immediate urgency.
We have to find the ogre that rules this swamp.
Damn, giant green ogre lady. I forget that ogre's name from Cloud Meadow.
It's been too long. So, you've been given your suggestions. You've been given some information on the Western Village. you know, 2 possible recruits. What do you guys do? What do you guys want?
I'm going west to recruit.
All right.
Yeah,
Can't
let's
move
go
my
grab those
pawn.
recruits.
I'm pretty sure having field to go east is not a good idea. This is not a purgatory.
We're going north.
North.
Raid
Yeah.
Shadow Legends in the north.
We going north? North?
North.
North FC.
North, let's see.
Come on.
England cannot win.
All right. But seriously though, what are you guys doing?
I'm going west.
I'm
Okay.
going north.
Are you gonna each go in your own directions? Maybe, I guess, as a scouting expedition?
I'm gonna go recruit, I guess.
Alright, I'm
Since
gonna go
fucking-
north.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Let's go.
with Perseus.
All right. Let me.
So would it make sense for us to split
These
up our
people.
recruiters and then have the 2 glass cannons go do scouting? In other words, Perseus goes west, George goes east.
No, that works. Talk to them.
What do you mean?
Split the recruiting efforts. One of you goes west, one of you goes east. Kralikover and Felix go north because the last cannons still don't just fucking nuke everything. You'll be able to find where, we went from the trail of fire and blood.
Yeah, we can go separate ways. Like, theirs doesn't have to go with me. I'm just saying, probably wise to recruit before we head towards the north.
So which one was Snapdragon Shrine? Was it this one?
Yeah, the River Dragon Shrine right here.
Okay, I'll go that way.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna give you guys control of these tokens. So you can show me your planned movement. And what was this? Who? Expected. Okay. You guys have you guys should have the ability to move those tokens now. So show me where you intend on going. So I just know it's like my own little note.
Me? Where's my fucking thingy? I'm gonna go this way. And then we're gonna march north.
So Perseus, your idea is to go straight to these guys over here, attempt to recruit them, and then march on the Legion immediately.
Yes.
That is a bold strategy.
That's just the kind of gumption we need. I guess I'll go with Perseus.
Alright, Dirge, you want to go visit the River Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay. Kralikova. You wish to go to one of the villages in the north.
Yes.
Do you just leave?
Sure. I mean, everyone is leaving.
Alright.
And I'll scout ahead for Perseus and his newfound soon-to-be buddies.
Sure.
I do what I want, John.
Let me just get your things open. See how easy it is going to be killing you guys.
Anyways, so meditate for camp skill.
Oh yeah, now is the time to switch in general combat powers if you need to or want to.
I'm gonna keep my abilities.
Same.
Okay, so you all go in your own directions, having your own thoughts and minds on what to do. Everybody roll me a d20 and see who goes first.
Maybe one of us is going to roll above a 5.
Wow.
There's no way.
Wow.
That can't be right.
Collectively, we rolled under a 10.
That is amazing.
What is this? Dice are capped at 5.
Are you
I'm
guys
not
rolling?
feeling so confident anymore, bro. So
Are you
no.
rolling? Are you rolling them right?
And then immediately like a nat 20. All right, whatever, man. Whatever, man.
So I've actually noticed one problem with this new UI that they have. I don't have my ability to do the attack.
You gotta. Oh no, it doesn't work on these tokens. They're not real. They're not tokens.
Oh.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So, Haku.
So wait, are we
Dirge.
having like, so we're not doing like battlefield combat, we're going to be doing like active combat?
Yeah, there's both. Just depends on the situation. I'm pretty sure I explained that. Did I not? Besides,
Yeah,
this is
I
just a
remember.
map. This is the over map of the game. This is the stage select. These tokens aren't meant for combat. Turn off this push to talk sound. Well, anyway. Dirge.
Yeah, I'm here.
You go your way to meet with the Snapdragon. Or River Dragon. That's what he is. How do you plan on recruiting a Battleborn Predator?
Dirge Bros?
It be as it be. I don't know.
Okay.
Don't they have like it do be it do. Yeah, but don't they have like a village around them or like a shrine?
There was no explicit description of a shrine. The villagers from this village often go visit him. Or at least Sparrow does, mostly.
Could I have brought Sparrow with me instead? Tell her that I'm gonna go see the river dragon.
You probably can, yeah. Talk to her about it, or at least
Okay.
she won't actually deny going. She would prefer having Old One Eye on, against the Legion rather than alone or with them. So Sparrow can and will go with you.
Okay.
So you march on with your men and Sparrow. As you and your men trudge forward, Sparrow will fly ahead, and she often reports back. There's this here, there's that here. There's a small movement of Predator there. You don't want to go there. There's some marsh dragons, like a few clicks north. We want to move south and move fast. All that. She keeps you comprised on anything potentially dangerous in the area. Eventually, you come across a wide but somewhat shallow river. Do you attempt to cross?
No. I ask Sparrow. So, how do you usually get through here? Isn't this thing a river dragon?
Well, I just fly. And she does just fly across the river and comes back. The others are small enough to cross that, and she points over to a long, gnarled tree root. It's quite thin. If she could walk across it, the couple of men that she brought from the village, they could easily walk across it. Even though they're terrestrial, they don't really need to fly across. They could just walk across this long tree root. Your men and say the other small men of your crew would have to perilously balance across this route. You, however, are a mid-man. You're quite large. You could attempt to cross the tree route, but it'd be like walking a tightrope. Granted, a stable tightrope.
How deep is this river?
You could definitely stand upright, but it'll be up to your neck.
I wave to my men. You guys can go whichever way you guys want. I'm gonna go walk.
Okay. This wide, shallow river, you do not, well, at least, you feel as if the best choice of option is just to simply walk across it. And you do. You have your walking stick, however. Your old bones, they need support. And you have the best possible tool you can have, well, aside from a raft, to get across this, which is a long walking stick. It helps you find any little pits that might, complicate things and induce drowning. But why don't you give me a luck check? Be a D100, roll under 50. Powerful. As you're walking across and you're poking at the bottom of this river with your stick, you feel like you're doing it right. However, you poked a little too far in this last poke, and you step forward, and you end up going into a little drop, a little oopsie, as your head dives about 2 feet underwater. As you trip into the river, give me an athletics check. Should be D20 plus athletics mod, which is under strength.
Yeah, +3.
Oof. So you fall, and you're doing your best to get back to your feet, but a 20 in our system does not cut it. However, somebody's watching your back. It takes some struggling, and they definitely struggle because of your size. But a nat 20 is a nat 20 on an advantage. It takes some time. You swallow some water, but Sparrow, with every ounce of her strength, trying as hard as she can to just fly you out, at least fly your head above water, manages to do so. She has, however, strained herself in doing so. I'm gonna need you to carry me, but don't fall again, please.
Got it. She can rest on my head.
Yep, she is small enough, and your head is big enough. You make it across the river. Your men are already there. And now that would
Okay.
put you over here. One
Got
Eye's
it. Okay.
layers further north. It's not too far of a walk.
So, do you guys usually bring him or it something?
Sometimes we bring food. Other times we just tidy up his den. I personally see to keeping his scales clean. Sometimes things get between. Doesn't like it.
Got it. Let's go.
You march on north. Takes a little time, but you guys eventually get there. You'll notice that the amount of wildlife has decreased as you approach this layer. There are still fish zooming through the river, but the normal creatures of the swamp are they're not there. The crustaceans, the other random people that you might see off in the distance who usually flee at the sight of you. You in particular. Just not as much people, not as much life. Sparrow climbs off of you, hits the ground. He's like, I'll go see him first, if that's okay.
Got it.
She nods to the villagers that she brought from the village, and she walks over into his lair. His lair is sort of a large stone basin. Like, if somebody took a giant stone bowl and just sort of smashed it into a large tree in the middle of a river, it's kind of like that. There is like a spot that's kind of just ground out of this large stone bowl. It looks like someone or something has sort of rubbed against this spot for years, kind of just whittling it away. Figured it might be where he likes to rest. And Sparrow walks walks her way over there. And she looks around. She kind of pokes at stuff here and there. Notices there are like desiccated, not desiccated. There are bones, fish bones, uneaten pieces of fish just sort of snapped in half here and there. You'll notice a much larger, uglier looking limb of some sort. You would know that this is the sign that Old One Eye may have had a fight with a beast from beyond, and this is what's left of him. She continues to look around. She avoids that beastly limb for the life of her, and then returns to you. He's like, well, he looks like he's been here recently. He might be back if we wait long enough. Are you willing to do so?
Yeah. You said you'd help out with tidying their stuff here, so I go and tell my men. I guess listen to Sparrow and see what can be cleaned.
Right. You and your men, they take instructions from Sparrow, and they begin to do cleaning. Why don't you roll me a luck check? $69. Quite an unlucky
That's a
number.
crit.
That should be a crit.
Oh no.
I think 69 should be a bad crit. 42 should be a good crit. Well. It takes some time. You guys tidy up. There's a lot of things, a lot of carrying, really. Every once in a while, maybe what you would expect to be dragon shit. But your men, for the life of them, avoid the fuck out of this large, detached limb that may have belonged to a beast from beyond the trees. And it has become the last thing to clean. They stop and they kind of ask Sparrow, like, what do we do about this? And she kind of just shrugs. She's never really had to clean up something like this gnarly, ghastly thing, which is just about the length of your entire body. Like if you stood upright next to it standing upright, it'd probably be just as tall as you are, which makes it quite large for everyone here. The men shrug. They grab it begrudgingly, pick it up, and just haul it over to the river. Hopefully if they just toss it in there, the water will take it downriver. It'll be gone. As they do so, and they throw the leg into the water, a massive creature jumps out of the river, snapping at your men as the leg leaves their hands. In this split second, you have time to react. What do you do? Sounds like you freeze up.
He shits his pants aggressively.
I have mine, same thought.
Shits his pants aggressively and then is like, who shit my pants?
Seems to be a problem in this swamp here for you outsiders.
What, shitting pants?
Shitting your own pants.
I've never shit my pants. Somebody else shit my own pants.
I am not sure what to do.
Shit your pants.
I think
I can't believe George died, bros.
As you freeze up, Dirge, the massive river dragon snaps down at your men. All of them quickly trying to escape. All but one of them deftly escaped his jaws, but they get snapped up with that leg in tow. The river dragon then disappears back into the water. What do you do?
Sparrow is One Eye usually like this?
It could be because you are unfamiliar. I would take your men and maybe back up.
I tell everyone to back up.
Your men back away. They don't think a second thought. Sparrow, she tries to take to the skies and kind of just plops back down on the land. Shakes her head and walks forward to the river's edge, peering into the water. The river dragon remerges, walking onto land, looking at the lot of you. It is a massive creature. If people think you're big, this thing dwarfs you. It is much larger than the marsh dragon that you fought when you first came to the swamp. It peers at you with its one eye. What do you do? Once again,
His pants are shitted.
freezing up.
Oh yeah, I'm grabbing pizza. So hold on. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna hold off on grabbing pizza, and then I'm gonna go and say we are here to seek your help. And I point to Sparrow, and I shit my pants.
I need a. Alright. So you
Did
shit
not
yourself.
have
I forgot to turn off the
sounds
soundboard.
of
That
beauty?
could have been really bad.
Oh no.
It's fine. That one was topical. Thankfully, nobody pressed the button that said snack on it. So you introduce yourself. You point to Sparrow. You speak to the Battleborn Perditor. Make me an intelligence check real quick. You've never known a Battleborn, nor a Battleborn Predator to be able to be negotiated with. However, there is a peculiarity, as this creature does sort of slowly approach you and your men, that it is completely ignoring Sparrow. Well, Sparrow and the 2 villagers that she has with her.
Is it staring straight at me?
Yes.
Okay, I straighten myself up, hide my poo in the dirt, tell him we've been fighting the Legion.
The massive river dragon steps forward. And he continues to step forward as he charges you and your men. Roll me initiative.
Oh no.
What is it for me again? It's like
D20
D20
plus your
plus,
initiative bonus, which is 0. Wow. Okay.
Wait, did it actually go through? I don't think that's it, right? No, it's not. It's just.
Did you not? You spelled roll wrong. All right. It charges forward. You ready yourself. It goes first. Oh yeah. Would you prefer your soldiers to join you in this fight?
No, I'm gonna have them hold off on that first.
All right. It rushes forward and snaps at you. With a 19 to hit. It will hit you. And it will deal 15 points of damage.
Okay.
It is now your turn. Once again.
I cast Cyclone.
Perfect. Perfect. You cast Cyclone. How long does Cyclone last for big creatures?
It's D4 plus 1.
Go ahead and roll it. Almost very good length. It's still very good length. For the next 3 rounds, so 12 seconds, it will be floating in the air helplessly. You have 3 turns to yourself, Dirge. What do you do?
Okay.
Consequences. The thinking of consequences, knowing that you can die at any instant, really slows things down for people.
I cast sleep. Or actually, I end my turn. I guess since that was an action.
Well, you have 3 whole rounds. You have 3 turns where nothing's happening because it's just floating in the air.
Oh, okay. Well, I cast sleep.
All right. Why don't you read sleep for me?
It says 60% chance to put any creature in a 30-foot radius to sleep. Increased chance to 90% if spell is cast on a creature who is not in an aroused state, such as being in combat or in a tense situation.
All right. So you want to roll D100 and you want to roll under 60. Or 60 and under. All right. So do you wait for it to come out of its cyclone or do you just cast it while it's up there? I imagine
I'll
you
wait
wait.
till it gets yeah, I'll wait.
All right. So it's floating, it's spinning, it's rotating slowly. All your soldiers are watching by, like, oh god, this is it, we're all gonna die. Sparrow is worried and confused. And then the cyclone ceases. It winds down as Old One Eye hits the ground. And as he gets to his feet, he gets up, and then his one eye closes, and he falls back down. How long does sleep put him out for?
Does not say.
Really? Aren't I just the most powerful of DMs?
You're gonna have to roll that dice.
It really doesn't say. Okay, I say this is a based version of sleep, where they're actually just asleep until woken up or until a very long time passes. Yeah, I'm gonna roll this dice right here. Let's see, this dice will determine if it's short or long. It'll be long. These dice will determine it will be asleep for quite some time. How long, you do not know. But this river dragon has been put to sleep. What are you doing now?
Well, I am gonna go check for that missing man. Maybe somewhere. Maybe they're inside the dragon's mouth.
Do you try to open the snapdragon's mouth?
No. I'm gonna go look in the river first.
Okay. You go to the edge of the river and you take a look. Roll me a perception check.
Perception is okay. Never mind. I see it.
Yeah, it's a whole ass stat by itself. Try as you might, you cannot see that man.
Oh, well. I'll go check to see if that arm that they threw in is still there somewhere.
Yeah, go ahead and roll another one. Yeah, so, this time you try to find a much bigger thing, and, you'll not see it. There is definitely no
Wait,
arm.
is it?
What?
Hold on. Is that with the plus 11 that I
Yeah,
have?
yeah.
Cause I just
Yeah, it's with... but adding plus 11 to that will make you pass.
oh, okay.
So, you do not see that arm, or that leg, or that whatever it was, anywhere. You do not see that arm or leg anywhere. It is nowhere to be found. It is definitely not in this stretch of river. For all you know, the creature swallowed it whole, or it floated downriver.
Well, I go look at Sparrow and ask her what to do next.
Um, maybe you return to the village. I'll wait here, and maybe his temperament might be better. I'll come find you if it does.
Okay.
Right? Do you head back to the village?
Yeah.
Okie doke. Alright, who is next? Morgan rolled a 1, Kaiman rolled a 1, Harmu rolled a 20. Wait, is that... No, your
You
first roll
rolled
was a 2.
5.
Harmu's first roll was a 2. That was the one that counts. Uh, somehow both Morgan and Kaiman rolled a 1. Kralikova,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing heading north of the village?
Just scouting ahead,
What are
seeing
you
what's up.
What are you scouting? So, your token is currently sitting here in a large meadow of tall grass.
Yeah,
Is-
I'm just going to like this village, but I'm just seeing what's around the whole time.
Okay. So, as you march out this way, you'll find that there are signs of the Legion in this area. You would probably guess that they were the ones that you guys just fought. There are tracks leading both towards the village and away from it. Most of them are in this meadow area, the drier lands. As you get into the more swampy lands, those signs disappear because, well, it's a swamp. You then march into a decently wooded area. It's much drier here. It's much more like the Great Void if the Great Void had more trees. So, like home. And you march back into swamp. Continue going. Not a lot to say here. However, give me a perception check.
Give me a second. That's a D20, right?
Yes. That is plus 14, I believe, so you pass.
Yeah.
You find a large structure. It's a wooden structure. Give me an intelligence check. I think you should just instantly pass that, unless it's 1. Yeah, just roll a d20 and don't roll a 1. You find a large wooden structure in the middle of the swampland here. It looks somewhat aged. Maybe it's been here for a little while as the wood is rotting away. However, you would recognize this to be one of the vehicles that the beasts from beyond use. It's usually a large wooden cart. Oftentimes, they place the bodies of their hunted in it, often dragged behind themselves. This is a large wooden cart that was once used by a beast from beyond. You don't see the beast, and this cart is, like I said, somewhat old as the wood is rotting. Do you investigate?
Yeah.
So you take a better look at the cart. The cart's sides, the walls, are quite large. The part that is broken is sort of the axle. The axle and the wheels kind of just. The axle looks like it's been snapped, maybe by age, while the wheel looks like somebody attacked it. Or somebody or something. Or maybe a group of things. Give me a... Is there an investigation in this system? I don't think there is. No, that'd be silly. Give me a perception check.
Did Dirge die?
Yes.
I want to get a snack.
That plus 14
he'll
will
either
make you
be
pass.
Pants shitted or dead.
Part of this cart looks to be covered in... Well, part of the cart looks like it is absorbed a large amount of blood. There's blood all over the inside and the outside of this cart, but it is old and dried. It is more of a stain, if anything. There are also a couple... No, not a couple. There is a... Compared to you, a quite large container.
Is it sealed?
Uh, it might have been once, but it is no longer.
What's inside?
That is a good question. Nothing. Nothing at all. There is a second container, which is much larger. And it's less of a container, more of a crate. There is a hole at the top that looks like it is, it might have been put there after whatever happened.
Can I see inside?
You peer inside, and it is difficult to make out, but it looks like a lot of Beasts from Beyond weaponry.
I tell my men to open the crate.
You and your men, well, your men, get to the crate and try to pry it open. Inside, you'll find all sorts of twisted metal objects that look like they're made to torture, more so kill. Metal spikes are... Imagine a rapier, but the rapier is also sort of twisted and barbed wire kind of deal. Things
Okay.
like that. Hooks. There are chains. They are quite large. I mean, a chain link probably is the size of the lower part of your leg. Your calf. Aside from that, nothing else. Nothing. There's nothing else special about this card.
Are they wieldable by me? Ish.
These are way too large. These
Okay.
are... If you had a bigman or a greatman in your party, sure. You're a smallman.
What about a meatman?
It would be difficult. It'd be like handing them a buster sword.
Okay.
What do you do from here?
Uh, Can this metal be smelted?
It is possible. The Legion does handle metals. Most of their metals are, however, bronze. These look like iron. And then there's also the case of whether or not uh, the people you have access to do such a thing have the sophistication to do so.
I mean, I can probably smelt it myself.
All right. Well, you can take it if you
Just
want.
the casting is the problem. I will. Do I remember if there's like blacksmithing facilities in the villages?
There
Let me
are
see.
weaponsmiths, but they don't really work with metals too much.
Hmm. But they can work with them, right? Like they have.
They can try.
Okay. I will tell my men to like try and carry one of those weapons back to the villages,
Okay.
and we go back to the villages.
And you go back to the village.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Perseus and Felix. Perseus, you're
Oh
heading
boy.
off to the Fisherman clan. Felix, you're scouting ahead.
Yes.
What are your intentions for this scouting expedition, Felix?
To make sure that when Perseus brings them north, there's not really anything that's gonna fucking kill everything.
Right.
So people can live. So we can actually have a decent force to take the Legion.
Okay. Give me a perception check and then give me an awareness check, Felix.
Okie dokie. Perception and awareness.
So you get a good look at the region, or at least as much as you can, from this much higher and hardier terrain. Much more difficult to walk across terrain, but the hills give you a nice view of the land, and the hills themselves are quite clear, so long as you can get atop of one and not be obstructed by another. You peer down from here, and you can see the fishermen. And you look north, you can see this small river and marshland directly to the north of you. But seeing further out, you can see to the road here, and you can see the deep river, and then you can see the forest and hills. It's quite far away. There don't seem to be any signs of danger as far as you can tell. Perseus.
Yeah.
You come across this sort of shallow area. It's somewhat of a lake that is fed into by some unknown source. You don't believe there's a river feeding into it, maybe a spring, but the lake itself is not shallow enough for a smallman like you to just simply walk across.
I thought I was at least a mid-man. I forgot I was a small man. Fuck.
Nope, the other mid-man is brown class, and nobody likes brown class.
I thought about playing him, but like, considering our last campaign, I figured somebody tankier would be better. Also, cannibalism, much like last campaign.
Well, it wasn't really cannibalism for you. For you.
It wasn't, but some people thought it was.
It was
Anyways,
predation.
can I tell? Can I see a path in the water?
No. There is no real path in the water that you could just walk across to this little marshy island out here. Why don't you give me a perception or intelligence check? Sure, they are your strongest skills.
My guy, very big brain, very, very smart man. I mean, my perception's not bad actually. Perception.
Alright,
Damn.
not bad. You just made it. So you look around, and you'll notice off by the reeds that looks like a makeshift raft.
Based. How many people can I take on the raft with me? Is it just tiny?
It's quite large. It's difficult to small. It's difficult to find wood small enough to make a personal raft, and well, actually, it depends on who makes it. But I mean, you're all smallmen. You and your soldiers. You could probably get like half of your guys on there. Half of your guys plus you. Assuming you brought them.
Yeah. Yes, we're moving on. We're going to game.
All right. You go ahead.
I'm gonna get on the raft by myself. I'm not gonna like move a force in with me.
Okay. You hop on the raft. There is a large enough stick you can use to shove off. And surely your men could also help you shove off. And you float on to the lake. To the middle of this little marshy ground. It takes some time. You're really just dragging yourself along this pond by pushing a stick along by pushing a stick down to the bottom and then propelling yourself forward like that. It's not the most efficient of ways. There are no oars nearby, nor could you really fashion one with what you had here. But eventually, you make landfall. And almost instantaneously, you hear a strange sort of guttural cry that gets sort of echoed by multiple guttural cries. And they all sort of just emanate from the center of, well, first from the center of this little island, and then from, further out points, a little bit from the south, a little bit from the north, and maybe some further off out in this direction. And you see some domiciles off towards the middle. Nothing fancy. They all look like reed huts with thatched roofing. All just sort of precariously plotted around. What do you do?
Do I see anybody that
Yes.
anybody that would have?
As the cries ring out and you notice those huts, people start emerging from them, looking around. And as soon as their gaze meets you, they don't stop. They don't keep looking around. They just see you.
Do they say anything? Like, do they look threatening? Do they say anything other than like screeching?
You see these people. They're quite tall. They're very tall. They're about the size of Dirge, maybe even longer. But what makes them different from Dirge is the fact that they have peculiarly long necks, and their heads just sort of hang and sway around. They look Like if you took that neck and made it normal, they'd look like a regular, midman. Maybe a shorter bigman, or taller midman. But these necks that kind of just crane around and they all just sort of hover their heads together as they look in your direction. They have a long, slender appearance, and then they had their mouths are adorned with sort of large, kind of buck teeth, and their noses are particularly crooked in a way, as their necks all just sort of hang their heads over their bodies.
They seem friendly.
They all kind of move in a particular direction towards you, all in the same manner, all holding the same exact position with their bodies. And then they stop and look around, and they look like they're talking to each other, and one of them flies off in a direction. Then they fly similarly to Sparrow, however, nowhere near as graceful.
I ask who among them is their leader.
They don't reply. They kind of just look at you. One of them licks his lips. And then,
Ask again who among them is their leader.
as you ask again, you hear footfalls. Not like somebody walking, but more like somebody landing. And more of them begin to arrive. More of these strange, unsettling individuals. All of them looking at you, all craning their heads in this particular way as their head just sort of hangs off this long neck of theirs. Not many people come around here. Not on their own. Not with purpose. Why don't you come over here, friend?
I wish to speak with whoever you call a leader or whatever of your band.
Yeah.
Whenever I identify who this person is, I'll think about coming over.
You can speak to our leader. Why don't you come on over here, though, so I can get a better look at you? And the man talking to you, who's sort of in the middle of a bunch of people, like 3 or 4 of them, they kind of just, they're looking at you funny. And they slowly, all in unison, stepping in unison, their heads bob and weave in unison, just take a few steps towards you. What do you do?
I say nothing. I'm waiting it out.
You stand stoically in their off-putting presence as they slowly creep towards you. You hear that, again, that guttural sort of honking in the distance, and they all of them, all the ones approaching you, sort of end up doing the same in response. And it kind of ends up breaking out contagiously. Like, one of them does it, and then the other ones do it, like a yawn, sort of. It's the only time they take their eyes off you, and it's the only time that they stop moving in this creepy sort of hive mind way. As one steps forward, and the others all follow him in his exact movements, you hear another sort of footfall. This time, a little heavier, although it's not sort of heavy on its feet, more like heavy with the wind pressure. Now hold on. This is a guest, boys. We don't need to harass a guest. At least not yet. And the fishermen, they all sort of look around and they step aside and they bow their heads to a much shorter individual. He looks like a normal as normal could be in this world, a normal person. Although he looks older, he's obviously aged. And he's dressed much cleaner than the rest, who are all quite dirty. Dirty and creepy in some sort of way. This man, he looks normal. His hair slicked back cleanly. He has what looks like a pair of sunglasses on. And he walks towards you with a bit of a limp. Now, what is that I heard you saying about wishing to meet the leader of these polite and gentle individuals?
My name is Perseus. We on orders. We're on orders to clear the Legion out from the swamp. Sparrow advised us that some of the townspeople might be inclined to assist us with our task.
I see. Ain't that the Legion's armor that you be carrying upon you?
I was once in service to the Stisha Kaiser and the Legion. I now no longer serve them.
Well, I can't say I believe you immediately, but we've had some run-ins with the Legion. Here and there, they don't seem like the negotiating type, but you, my dear Perseus, you said, you
That
you don't talk like Legion, I'll say that much. You said you met with the little lass Sparrow,
correct.
and she advised you to come speak to me.
She said to speak to the townspeople on our ways,
I
see
see.
what we could find out, see who we could recruit.
Sounds pretty desperate, then, I say. As those diminutives ain't got much friendship towards us for good reason. They're all put here for a purpose. As he says that, one of the people behind him does that guttural honking, and the rest continue in unison. He lifts his arm and sort of summons a gust of wind, and they all
Do
stop
they
immediately.
honk like geese?
Yes, kind of like that. So I assume that you would want us fine folk to join you on your campaign against the Legion. Is that correct?
Correct. However, I cannot guarantee anyone's survival, and the forces we will be facing will be very strong. But you will have our aid, and with our aid, I believe we can drive the Legion out of this region.
Yeah, that's a funny thing to see. The Legion wants us on their side, too. However, I ain't too keen on just being under somebody else's rule. That's why I live out here. That's why I moved out here. I don't really need to fight the Legion. You see, me and my boys here need to just fly off and find ourselves a new home, not touched by the Legion.
They'll find you eventually, wherever you go.
Now, you say that. And that might be true. Tell me, how badly do you need the aid of an old man and his fellow fishermen?
Depends. Sparrow said you had warriors, but she never said what you were capable of.
Oh, we're
So truly, it depends on how strong you are.
quite capable. You see, my boys here have been itching to take a shot at them Legion boys, you see. They're all quite small, like yourself. And, well, you ain't from around here, but we do enjoy feasting upon the small. You want the aid of the Fisherman Clan? I can give you the aid of the Fisherman Clan. But are you willing to earn the aid of the Fisherman Clan?
What do you have in mind?
Bring us a sacrifice. Live one. Small or smaller like yourself. Just the one. You don't have to do nothing else but bring them, but I'd ask you to stick around until we're done with them.
What if you were allowed to take whatever prisoners you wanted from the Legion?
Oh, we would
There's
already
many.
we would already do that with or without asking. I'm asking you if you and your people are ready to fight alongside me and my boys. And that requires you, like I said, to stick around.
Hmm. It'd take me some time, but perhaps I could find a sacrifice.
There's a cat boy nearby. You can sacrifice.
He's not nearby. He fucked off. I don't know where Felix went.
What an opportunity to have gotten rid of him. Well, you take the
No,
time you need, but this offer does not stand forever. Me and my boys might just up and leave soon if the Legion keeps poking their heads around here. But you take the time that you need.
I understand. I'm certain I'll be able to find a sacrifice. If not, best luck on your travels. With that, I turn to leave.
Yeah, he nods his head, and you hear that creepy cacophony of honking coming from behind you. And I assume you float your way back across the pond?
Yes.
Alright. What do you do now?
I'll go look for Felix.
Felix, you're being looked for. Are you found?
Yeah.
You find Felix.
That's sad. Scouting ahead doesn't really do much. Don't actually fucking tell, man.
Felix, are there any Legion in the area?
It looks to be clear, at least from what I can see.
Ooh, actually, let me retcon a little bit. The leader of the fishermen made it clear that he wanted the person to not be of Legion origin, but to be of somebody who would be more innocent in design. One of your soldiers or a villager even from Sparrow's village.
Now that's fucked up.
Aside from that, carry on.
That ruins my plan. I'm like, if you want to sacrifice, sure, we can just Fucking get rid of Legionnaires. It's not that hard. I fucking hate Legionnaires. Innocent people, that's a little bit more off-putting. Especially since my unit's fucking strong as fuck. The birds would be so fast, but I like tell Felix never mind and stop to think a bit.
Well, how many were there?
A lot. I couldn't count as many.
There are definitely a lot of them. You would say that their numbers range between 20 to 50.
And how many men do
Most
you
of
have
them
with you?
were just flying around or clustered up in groups, looking at you all creepy like.
I actually don't remember how many men I had with me. They didn't die. They just fucking
You
they
have
game.
10. You have 10 soldiers. If none of them died. Felix has 0 soldiers.
That's crazy. What the fuck, bros?
Yeah, he has to get some more.
Where's my lone wolf buff? I'd like my AP bonus.
Yeah, no. 2 OP.
I have an idea.
What's your idea, Perseus?
Personally, finding an innocent to sacrifice to the birds doesn't exactly. It's not something I want to do. However, if you're so inclined, you could make that deal. But I leave it up to you, seeing as how you're a bit shorthanded. But that is the gist of what they wanted: an innocent sacrifice.
Doesn't
Which
sound like they're
I-
much better than Legion.
They at least keep to themselves, for as far as I can tell.
I don't think this would be the first time they've had experience sacrificing someone.
Probably not.
We could just rid ourselves of their leader.
From what I saw there, I don't think they operate like that. If we cut one of them down, then another will more than likely take his place. They move in sync as if they were one mind. But the leader moved on his own. It's an odd kind of conglomerate. Conglomerate's too big a word for Perseus, but it's over, bros. My immersion.
Immersion.
Regardless, I don't think we can cut one down and not have to cut the rest of them down.
Probably should have showed you his token. It's in Discord.
Why does he have fucking sunglasses?
Damn, he looks clean. Hold up, bros. Maybe Grandpa's onto something. Maybe we should just start like eating the young. You remember that Twitter image I added you with, Poppy? The like dude that's like fucking replacing his own blood with his son's. It was like the
Yeah.
Ventru bloodline.
Yeah, that's what he looked like. He's obviously a lot. He was way more normal looking than his clan, and he was a lot cleaner looking than them. If you had to put a finger on it, were like the hills have eyes looking ass, hillbilly mutant men.
I was thinking like fucking really weird looking Skegsies.
And they weren't receptive to any other means of gaining their aid.
No, but they didn't seem like they were inclined to go with the Legion either. They were more inclined just to up and leave. So not exactly the biggest loss if we don't recruit them, but pushing north will be a lot harder without an increase in numbers. And the village on the other side of the bridge, they're another type of tamer, correct?
The
They
village on
don't
the
like
What I understand.
on the far east.
you're asking DM or Felix?
DM.
Yes. You didn't ask Sparrow about them, unless you want to retcon that, because you seem dead set on just doing your thing.
No, I remember I was sitting there listening when Dirge was doing his thing. I hadn't left yet.
Did
I
Dirge
waited
ask
for
about
the
them?
whole like Dirge asked about like all the villages to the
I-
east and west, and I was like,
Okay.
I want to go talk to the dragon.
So the people from the east, they are they're sort of an agrarian society. They're they're a lot more sophisticated than most of the people in the Blight, as far as what it sounds like Sparrow's told you. They're known to actually farm uh, crustaceans and insects. So, despite being predator, they have their own source of food that they don't have to hunt other people for. And they are also skilled weaponsmiths.
Hmm.
We can start heading towards that village. See what they know. See if maybe we can recruit them instead.
Right? It will actually take you a few days travel to get there.
God damn!
That's why I wanted to make it clear.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, we're gonna start heading that way.
Okay. Um.
These people are just gonna sacrifice more once they leave their village. You are aware.
Yes, but like we have bigger problems. Can't spread the forces to like wipe them out right now. We'll find them. We can always find them later on.
All right. Show me the movement with your tokens. Move no more than
I'm gonna follow first.
5 X's, starting from where your position is.
So that's 4, and that's 5.
All right.
Should I move two ahead of him because I move 5 by default?
This is different. This is like a long distance travel.
Okay. Keep scouting ahead of him. The little baby boy engineer needs his protection.
You're probably both at the same spot, so you're not scouting ahead of him. Not yet, at least, because you had to come back to him and yada yada. Either way, make me a perception check, both of you. All right. As you reach this final spot here in this little marshy, wooded area, you'll come across one of the greater swamp dragons. Well, at least a corpse of them. It is massive. It is almost as tall as the trees itself. In fact, it might be taller than the trees themselves. You will notice that this creature is missing a head, although there are 2 more left. You'll also find that somebody has rooted around on its insides. It is somewhat fresh. Maybe half a day since it's been dead. Whoever killed it, though, didn't seem to want to eat it.
Was it looking for something? Would I know if anything's missing from inside this creature?
Well, if you want to root around inside, but you don't really know the anatomy of a greater swamp dragon. Why don't you give me a flat D20, 5 or lower? Or 15 or higher? Yeah, alright. So, when you take a peek inside, it does look like things were moved. And it's hard to tell, though. You're rooting through a lot of flesh. And
Wish Dirge was here, bros.
as you sort of go up and down its body, like, it looks like a lot was taken out of the abdomen region, or at least that's where most of the cutting is. But then you'll notice that once you get to the teeth or the mouth, that not only have the longest, sharpest teeth been pulled out, but there's a lot of there was a lot of excavation done in its mouth. There's definitely something missing from this creature. A lot of things. And it wasn't just like predation. Anything else you wish to know, do?
Let me think. Are there any tracks for what killed it?
Yes, I'll go off of the previous perception check. It looks like there are a lot of large tracks. Tracks about you can lay down in these tracks. Who they're more than likely left behind from a beast from beyond the trees. More than one.
Oh boy.
Okay, Dirge and Kralikova. Kralikova, you and your men haul this large, murder, torture device back into town. And it leaves a lot of people confused. It's like, oh, good lord, what is that thing? Most people are curious, not so much afraid, but they know that it is a weapon often carried by a beast from beyond the tree. And Dirge, you also come to town and see this as well. And, what do you intend to do with this weapon, Kralikova?
I'm gonna ask people if they have a furnace.
You ask around. You probably get direct to the weaponsmiths. And you'll find that most of their weaponry is done with either wood and plant fibers, sinews, battle-born body parts. There's not a lot of metallurgy done here. Give me a luck check. Don't worry too much about if you fail. One of them does mention that the farmer clan to the west, they are quite sophisticated and they wield foreign weaponry. Weaponry very similar to that of the Legion. Well, maybe not very similar, but similar in quality, similar in the fact that they have metal. They do work bronze over there. You'll also They'll also mention that the do they? That the fuck no, never mind. Ignore that last bit. They'll mention that the farmers, if anyone could forge weaponry or handle metals like that, it would be them.
All right, I will ask where exactly they are.
They will direct you to the east across the river. You'll have to
Alright.
either walk across open land and then swim across a rapid river, or you'll have to continue traveling north across the open land and cross a bridge built by the beasts from beyond.
Okay. So I do not have any chance of casting an ice spell, right?
An ice spell?
Yeah.
No.
Now, would I know if Dirge can cast ice spells?
Um, we can assume that you both know each other's capabilities. I don't think he has an ice spell though, does he? Church?
He has Frost Nova.
Does he? Well, you know.
Now, would Frost Nova freeze a river?
Would Frost Nova freeze a river? You'd probably have to cast it more than once, and if the river's moving too fast, probably not.
Okay. So this is to the DM, but how much do you think a river is? Like, how deep do you think a river is?
How deep do I think these rivers are, or rivers in real life?
These ones.
The dark blue ones, quite deep. Like, don't fall in if you're wearing armor. You might not make it back to the top.
Yeah, but how deep is that?
Anywhere between 20 to 60 feet.
All right. Um, can I ask around if people know how deep this river is?
Sure.
Ish.
Give me a luck
Now,
check.
here's the question: how cold is he able to make the river when it's moving?
I keep trying to roll with the exclamation mark.
You ask around, and you'll get. Most people will tell you that they just do not go in that direction. Between getting eaten alive by the fishermen and then running into a beast from beyond, that side of the blight is just it's not somewhere they ever go.
All right. Well, time to try my luck, I guess. I'm gonna set off to the river and then, like, first I would go, where's the thing? Like this, towards the river, and then up to the bridge.
Okay. Uh, Show me where you intend to move. Move no more than 5 hexes, and before that happens, Dirge, you've made it to town quite some time. You've seen Kralakova wield or haul this large metal spike into town. It's been a few hours. No, more than a few hours. It's been about 6 hours. Uh, you hear what sounds like the footfalls of a swamp dragon, marsh dragon,
Oh no 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 no!
just sort of beating its way towards town. Kralakova, you hear this as well. Before you leave, as you're leaving, this happens. Uh, what do? Coming from the swamp, the trees obscure your vision.
Uh, what do I do?
Either of you.
I'm still in village then.
Yeah, before you
Uh,
leave.
I'm just gonna ask Dirish what that might be, since he came from that direction. Or he went to that direction.
Dirge.
I see.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, he's hitting his pants right now.
Pants shitted. Snapdragon fucking angered.
They drank the water.
Yep. Yep, it's dying time.
Dirge stands there speechless. The beating of those steps gets closer and closer. And then you can hear the familiar sound of vegetation being crushed and brushed aside. And as everyone is ready to run, the villagers are about, ready to bolt. Dirge, you see a large, familiar creature climb over the vegetation. It is big ol' One Eye. And sitting on top of One Eye's head is Sparrow.
I yelled to Sparrow. So, what was up with him?
Not even faces. Why you say dick?
The large creature steps forward and puts his head down as Sparrow walks off of him. He moves a little bit more, so he's more beside Sparrow, his massive figure beside her tiny little body. And he looks at you. Sorry, I had a headache. I apologize about eating your man. If it makes you feel better, he was quite tasty.
Well, you're gonna have to replace him then.
I already had a scolding from the little lady. I can replace him. I just need to go find my friend.
Got it. Where's your friend at?
Oh, here or there. He swims around. No real home. He's a wanderer, that one. But I promise I'll come back.
Ask him. No, can I? Am I around still? Yeah.
You're probably on the other side of the village. If you want to come check it out, you can.
All right. I want to check it out.
Okay, you see this massive fucking snapdragon. Or snapdragon?
No,
Swamp.
wait. I'm not on the other side of the. I'm like right there. I just asked Dirish what was happening.
You see, this massive river dragon walked into town. You just watch this all unfold. Getting my dragons
I
confused.
asked the Snapdragon if his friend might be by the river to the east.
No. He likes our side of the town. Or he likes the lake. More
I see.
fish. And
Alright then.
less of the big ones come by. He's not too good fighting those ones, Small he is.
I will ask him though. Does he know how deep the river to the east is?
Haven't been there in quite some time. It's much deeper than I am long. If that helps. Why would you wish to cross that river? I know the people here don't like going that way for good reason.
Yeah, I need to get to the other side in a much quicker manner than going north to the bridge.
Well, I'd take you, but I don't move so fast on land, so I don't think that would help you very much.
That is alright.
Well, if you can wait for me to go find my little buddy, I will gladly ferry you across the river.
Alright, sounds okay.
Well then, I'll be off. He lumbers his massive body, redirects it back towards the northwest side of town, and just slowly steps on up.
Alright,
His
change of plans.
large thunderous footfalls shaking everything.
I'm going back for another weapon.
Okay. Go ahead and move 5 hexes. And I guess this will count as a camp for everyone but Dirge, unless Dirge is leaving town for some reason. Otherwise, Dirge gets a long rest if he needs one, and everyone else camps, which probably doesn't really mean much unless nothing really happened to anybody. Well, Dirge gets to fully heal. Alright. You guys all spend your time out in the wilds night. Go ahead and everyone roll d20s. Dirge, did you intend to do anything?
Hold on.
Man still fighting the pizza boss.
But how big is that pizza that it's lasted like an hour and a half already?
Well, I got 3 pizzas from Domino's, so
Okay. You know what? You have to share with the class.
I wouldn't mind, come over here to North California.
Alright. Dirge, do you intend to do anything this new morning?
Masturbate.
Alright. Well, you take care of that.
This man is flooding the village.
Kralikova. You go out searching for that crate full of stuff.
Yes,
You can get there and back to the village.
I do.
Actually, what is Kralikova doing?
Kralikova is going to a broken vehicle once owned by the beasts from beyond and scavenging weapons off of it. Weapons much too large
where they
for
found
a
that
mid or a
weird
small
ass-
man.
Is that where they found that weird ass weapon? The
Yes.
rapier kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I will go with Kralikova just to check to see it.
Okay. You'll find a large wooden cart. Well, actually, no. She left before the nightfall, so you could catch up and get back. It would take you some time to get back or to catch up. Or we could just say you went with her in anyway. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a large wooden contraption. It looks like the wheels were destroyed by something and the axle snapped off because of decay and rot. The crate had what I believe to hold a bunch of weapons. A lot of them look kind of like meat hooks with extra barbs. Rapiers with like barbed wire wrapped around it, but it's not really barbed wire. It's much more solid. Chains. These chain links are maybe about the size of your hand. and there's a decent amount of them. Kralikova has come here to take some more of these back to the village. She intends to try and get them smelted down by the farmer clan to the east. Do you do anything special while you're up here at the cart, you guys?
I will tell Dirge to take one of the chains and to tell his men to take one of the weapons, while I tell my men to take another one of the weapons. Just go back
Yeah.
to the village.
Yep. You
Yeah,
guys
I
collect.
want to see if I can actually. Yeah, I want to see if I can actually use any of these weapons.
Hmm.
Actually, is Herod around in the villages?
Rod will probably stay back in the village.
Can he not come with us? When us?
I guess he can.
Alright, let's say he's with us.
Alright.
Alright, he carries another one.
Rod carries another weapon. Dirge. Most of these seem very unwieldy, and you're not really sure how to use them. You feel like these long rapier things are meant to be thrusted with, but that'd be kind of difficult unless you were holding it both in two hands. Although you kind of do it with your staff, but the balance of this weapon is awful. So much of its weight is just divided along the entire thing instead of in the handle like it should be. However, these strange meat hook-like things could probably be wielded by you.
I can't like have one of these meat hooks on my walking stick.
It is very large. It's like the length of your walking stick. The
Ah,
entire hook.
yeah.
Do you wish to replace your walking stick with this hook?
Would it let me walk? I'd try it out.
It's... If you try using this as a walking stick, it will probably lead to fatigue. It is much too heavy to be used that often. You know, to like drop it and then push yourself forward and then pick it up and move it forward. It's a bit much. Even as a weapon, it's already kind of pushing it.
Okay. I just bring it back then.
Alright. Hello, Karunic. It's been a while. Alright, you and Kralikova bring the hook back. And, like, what, 3 weapons? So you got those.
My men have one. There's a hook. There's Herod's. And
Herod's.
there's Dirge's men.
You know what?
So
Actually, yeah, Herod's men could bring back one too. And
okay,
as
so
he
that's
can,
fine.
just like Dirge,
Plus the
because
one
he's a
in the
midman.
village. There's 6 weapons.
Okay, 6 weapons and chains?
I think he took the hook instead of the chain.
Alright. So you guys will be in town. Maybe like 6 hours after you arrive, if you stay. Actually, no. Your trek took a while. When you get back, you'll find One Eye is in town. The villagers are sort of doing their thing, praising him and giving him offerings and brushing the whatever river swamp gunk out of his scales. And beside him will be a much smaller river dragon. Maybe about the length of Dirge. Or the length of Dirge's height. It is another Battleborn. Much like One Eye himself. Perseus and Felix. What are you
Yes.
guys doing?
We're traveling.
We're going. No.
Give me 5 hexes of movement. All right. As you guys get to the tree line here, you'll notice that there is a sudden abrupt succession of trees. You are looking at a road, or at least whatever a road could be, as it's not made all that well. Perseus, you're very familiar with this. Back in the Great Wood, there's a series of roads built by both the Legion and the beasts from beyond. The Legion roads are much smaller. They go through the trees instead of destroying the trees and pushing them aside. The beasts from beyond, however, they don't care too much about preserving the trees. They just plow straight through them. What you have here is a road that is often walked by beasts from beyond, and as you realize that, you will see a group of beasts from beyond traveling northwards up the road from the south.
Towards us or away from us?
Towards you.
Oh boy. How many?
At first, you just see two. They're slowly walking along. One of them has a midman in tow. This midman is adorned in chains, as the beast from beyond sort of just drags him along.
Beasts from beyond are baddies, yeah?
Big bad baddies.
I assume so, yeah.
And
Are they
eventually,
humanoid or beasts?
they're humanoid in shape, but they're sort of unspeakable, unknowable alien eldritch things.
Okay,
Melty
so hear
skin,
me
big
out.
fangs, eyes that don't really
Okay,
have
hear me out. Hear
sclera.
me
They're
out.
just big old white spots sometimes big
Hear
old
me
black
out.
spots.
We eat one.
We eat one?
I've tried that one before in another campaign.
Ah, yes. What happened in that campaign?
I became a Lovecraft cat, unironically.
Oh, they're passing by. Maybe they're gonna walk. They got like another football field of distance to pass you by. Then they'll be within range of you for a while as they pass on.
So, are we able to communicate with them in any capacity?
Uh, you have never met a beast from beyond. At least you don't think you have. From your entire life being cut off at the point from which you met the hoplite, you can't recall having ever spoken to one or ever attempted to. Perseus, you've killed a few in your lifetime, but that was with a whole army at your side. And you can't really remember that, but you got the feeling that it's been done. And right now, it's just you, Felix, and the 10 soldiers that you didn't forsake.
And there's only two of them, with their one prisoner.
That is true. But you got the feeling that the two of you plus your soldiers are not enough. And it's also assuming that your soldiers are even able to not piss their pants and shit themselves and run away.
Do you know if we could please with them to send them at the Legion?
I mean,
Give them some extra slaves? Sex slaves?
wait, what? Send what to the Legion?
Take them in, have them as allies, attack the Legion, court with them. They could have all the Legion they want.
The creatures
Buy
from
them
beyond as allies?
Just offer them a nicer target.
I don't know if they're going to go for that. I am curious why they're taking that midman captive, though.
Do you guys wait and let them cross, or what are you doing?
Tip my toe.
We could ambush them. If we strike fast and hard enough, we could kill them.
If that's what you think is a good idea.
Yeah. I think that is a good idea. Anything that the creatures from beyond are interested in. If they're interested in it enough to not have immediately killed that man, then he should be of some use to us.
What if he's Legion?
Still of some use to us.
So, do you guys wait for them to get close enough to ambush?
I think that's the play. But
So
you
what
rank
is the play? You talk to them if they turn out that they can't be reasoned with, we attack.
yes, I'll talk to them. You jump them if it goes poorly. They'll at least confirm whether they're prisoners Legion or not. If he is Legion, maybe we can convince them to kill other Legion. Like you said, it's a good point. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. I will be right back, real quick. Okay. Alright, so you're gonna lie in wait for them to get close enough, and you're gonna attempt to communicate with the beasts or with the midman.
Honestly, whoever will talk. Felix is gonna lie in wait. I'm just gonna kind of like make contact.
Alright. So the beasts are traveling up this road at a leisurely pace. They get to here, And now they're here. Now they're here. Are you engaging?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do exactly?
I step out into the road
You step
and
out into
greet
the
the
road.
beast from beyond.
What do you do? What do you say?
I just say greetings. I'm waiting to see what they're gonna do.
All right. You hop out of the trees. You say, "Greetings." The beasts, as they're stepping by, one of them slows down a little bit and obviously is looking at you. It nudges the beast from behind, the beast to its side, and points at you. And then that beast also looks, and they both stop. And they kind of approach you. At least the one not holding the midman by the chains approaches you. The midman looks at you. At first, it looks confused and intrigued. And it kind of leans forward as the beast holding its chains kind of tightens its grip. There is a beast from beyond approaching you.
I ask him who the midman he's got there with him is. We're warriors of the hoplite looking for legionnaires, and that midman looks awfully like a legionnaire.
It continues to approach you. It gets maybe within 20 feet of you. Do you do anything else besides say that?
No, I do nothing else.
It stops. It stops in front of you, and then it kind of like leans forward a bit. And then it looks at the other beasts from beyond, and it speaks something in some garbled and unintelligible language. It's guttural and clicky. And it looks back at you. And then reaches out to you. Like it's trying to grab you.
Oh no.
I mean, it doesn't have anything to cost you in chains, though. Maybe it's a good grab.
He's just trying to, greet me.
No, it's gonna be a bad touch.
Yeah,
a
he
bad
could literally
touch.
just be testing you.
Yeah, he's G checking you, but
You don't want him G-check you?
I'm not moving yet.
You do not move as this large, gnarled, fleshy, twisted hand reaches out to you. This is probably the first time you've seen a beast from beyond up this close. At least one that you've seen in memory. But its putrid flesh is unsettling and strange, and it looks dirty, but it looks as if that grunginess is natural and meant to be there. Not like it was placed there by doing stuff, but more like it just exists. It reaches out, and its hand sort of brushes over your head, and you feel it peel your helmet off of your head. And it looks at it, confused. Then it reaches back down to you and grabs you by the neck and lifts you off the ground, assuming you allow it to do so.
Yes.
Okay. You're lifted off the ground. Your entire body is covered by its hand. Then it looks at the other beasts from beyond and says another series of clicks and glottal stops at it. You still do nothing?
Yes.
It brings you to the other beast. And I'm at this point I'm going to have to ask you to make a motherfucking emissary resistance check.
Boy, I forgot how those work. You explained them.
It's a D100. D100, roll under 52, but add a plus 20 to your roll.
So minus 20 or plus 20? So I'm at...
Roll a D100 plus 20.
God damn.
A sudden surge of panic washes into you. Whatever plan you had, it's obviously gone awry, and you have no idea what to do. You are afraid. Now it's your turn to shit yourself.
Don't shit my pants. I'm a legionnaire. Legionnaires don't shit their pants.
You struggle a bit as its grip is firm. It does not seem to even care about your struggle. And it brings you over to the other beast. It sort of just shows you off to that beast, and it hands you off to that beast, and that beast will also grab you if you allow it.
I'm going along with it for now.
You are frozen in place. Whether it be by your own choice or by your nervous system sort of forcing you to do so. You feel your heart racing, as if it's trying to escape your chest. It looks at you, confused. It's, well, maybe not confused. You can't tell its emotions, actually. It does not have a face that you could describe as a man's. Even Battleborn are more readable. This beast just, it seems very interested in you.
I look at it and ask it, it's normally a little bit more talking before the touching. Do you understand anything I'm saying?
It looks back at its partner. It doesn't seem to. It offers no acknowledgement that it understands what you're saying, or maybe just doesn't care. But then it hands you down to the midman. The midman sniffs at you. He sort of just gets up real close and breathes on you. And his face is at first sort of empty. He doesn't really know what to think about this. He hasn't actually said a single word this entire time.
Now, you, I know, can understand me. At least I hope.
He looks at you, and he kind of like gives you this strange gaze, like he's trying to like peer into your soul. But then he perks up and looks around. And he almost jumps off of this chain. In response, the beast looks at the midman. And he lets the chain go. The midman runs into the woods.
Well,
Is he running to like where we're lying in ambush or what?
Yes. That midman is barreling towards Perseus's men, and I assume Felix. And he's sort of howling and
stop him if
screaming
we
in
can.
a madman's wail.
I shot at my men to hold.
Your men
To,
hold their positions, but they have raised their weapons and their shields in formation. You can't really see them. Felix sees this. They
as
see
expected,
the midman
well-drilled
barreling
soldiers.
towards them. What do you guys do?
Mm, I wait.
If he's saying hold, then hold.
I want to see what the midman's gonna do.
You wait. The midman is no longer in your vision. It is in the trees. Felix, however, you
And
see that there is a midman in a frothing rage barreling towards you and Perseus's men.
Oh, he's an attack on them. If he tries to do harm, just ready non-lethal blow.
Okay. He comes in screaming and raging at the lot of you, and almost instantly thrusts himself at one of Perseus's soldiers. He unleashes a flurry of blows, and the defensive line barely holds as one of the men end up having his shield shattered. Let's see.
Well, if hold, he's
Perseus.
not trying to attack otherwise, but if he does try to actually harm one, then intervene and just go for non-lethal.
Perseus, roll for me another emissary resistance check, and then do you see the small number next to the double digit number?
Let me see, where's that? Would that be? Is that in my?
Charisma.
Yeah, the 9.
Yes. Add that to your dice roll.
Oh, D100.
Yeah, D100.
And you can G-chat.
Wow. So an aura of fear rattles over your soldiers. This is not a normal midman. There is something wrong with this guy. He has no signs of being a Purgator, but he is acting like one. He is almost more battle-born in nature. But they hold. They heard you shout out to hold. They're not thrusting their spears at him. Felix?
I asked the two fucking, what's it called? The two weirdos near me if they intend to replace their old midman with a small man. Bit of a downgrade, isn't it?
One of the beasts approaches where the midman ran to, while the other one that is not occupied with the midman reaches down at you, and you see from his hand a sort of this like a fleshy, leathery appendage, sort of emanating from his hand as he reaches down with you with his other hand. Do you do anything?
Mm, no.
Why are my players all suicidal?
It'll work out.
He grabs you with his free hand, and this hand that is forming this weird flesh-like rope is he's tying around you, or at least he's attempting to.
It's that hold.
And Felix, on your side, the mid-man does not finish his onslaught. He continues.
Okay, let's just go phenomenal. Little guy needs to have a nap.
I need to get a
You want me to
proper
roll a
tray
back
for my
for it?
dice. Go ahead and roll. So he continues to assault the line. He bashes one of the men in the face. He bites another man, but he gets away by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, oopsie. I did that wrong.
Then another man also gets bashed in the face and falls to the ground. He's not dead. He is just on his ass.
Wow, stellar rolls.
Yeah, so you attempt to attack this guy.
I'm
And
assuming only the 17 and 23 hit.
why you attack? Do you have 5 attacks?
I rolled 6 times.
You have 6 attacks. Oh yeah, that's right. All of those miss except for the 17 and the 23. So you
Okay,
can roll for those.
are these considered individual attacks or what?
Uh, yeah.
Okay. Uh, 10.
Okay. You strike him a bunch of times. He looks unbothered. If anything, he looks exhilarated. Perseus, you're being bound. Are you resisting in any way?
Yeah, it's about this time then. Probably. Haven't gotten any answer from them. Unfortunately, they're gonna have to die.
Do you attack?
Mm, I'm trying to weigh my options here.
I have stepped into the dragon's mouth. Now I must think about what to do further.
It's true. One way I could die from stepping into a dragon's mouth immediately.
Or maybe there's food.
To figure my way out of it.
Well, what do you do?
I resist. That's right. I'm gonna swat its hand away
Roll
or
me
break its spine.
grapple or athletics mod.
Athletics. Oh,
Yep.
damn.
Ooh, yeah. Let's see what he does. Let's see how he does. Yeah, it's
It wasn't just a strength check. That's so fucked up. It's over, bros.
he rolls pretty high. You start to struggle, but he has you in a pretty tight grip. Felix.
Yeah, let's just continue beating on the poor man.
What's your AC,
Just like,
Felix?
dude,
I do what I want, John.
my act is 15.
Okay, well, you get hit by a couple of 25s, I think they are. With an
At least they're
18 on
not
the die, which are
natural.
critical. Which means... I think that's a...
Actually, wait. Shouldn't my attacks have had advantage?
why?
He's literally attacking an ally that is between me and him. Flanking.
I guess. I don't think you would have hit with anything else, though. But they're all incredibly low.
Yeah, those are the layers. Those are so many twos.
Well, you get triple crit, double crit twice. So 6 times. Six damage
For
dice.
382 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4. Load D8. 5. More than a D8.
382 damage.
Load D8s. I need to get new dice. 5, 12, 16, 17, 19 plus... let's see. So you get hit for 19 damage, and I'm calculating the rider on that, or the plus mod on that. For another 16 damage.
So 35 total.
Yes.
What the fuck? Ow.
How do you respond?
Okay, let's just go for kill instead.
All right. Roll to hit.
And we're doing advantages as +4.
Yes.
I fucked it up again. Or should we just go with that? That'd be 21, 17, 22, 19, 13, 17. So it should be all but one of those hits, and I'm assuming there's crits.
The only thing that doesn't hit is the 9, I think. Everything else hits. He has 15 AC. So I don't
And
think there's any crits.
Wait, so how is it a double crit if he only went 10 with my AC?
Because it was a critical roll. He rolled 18 on the dice. And it add his modifiers afterwards, but
Oh, no, wait. No, one of these is a crit then. I crit on 18s.
oh, that's right. 18 is a critical roll. And that clears
Okay, so
by
this-
enough. So what? Go. You do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rolls of damage.
Okay. This is going to be interesting.
The savage blows shouldn't roll critically.
It's on the attack. It is a dice. It would crit.
Yeah, but that is a lot of damage, and certain riders probably shouldn't crit.
I don't see it there.
This is also not our usual kind of game.
Okay, that would be the damage. Just give a nice little love tap for an equal amount.
And you need to roll it in roll 20, 34. Jesus.
Yeah, just because of how many things there was, I figured it'd be easier.
So you get attacked by this rabid midman, and he beats you up good. How much HP do you have total? Max?
68, you did just over half.
Yeah, so he beats you half to death, and then you respond, and in a near instant, he sort of recoils back and throws himself to the ground, and there's just a fountain of blood escaping his neck as he holds his neck with one hand and starts to run away, limping away from you and Perseus's men.
Okay, I'm taking my nice opportunity on him then.
Go for it. That will hit. Wait. 15 and 22 hit.
Okay, then the 22 is going to be a double crit because that's a 26.
No, it's added properly. The +4 added properly.
Oh,
It'll be a
never
single
mind,
crit.
Okay, 3d4, 3d12. There was so much damage.
So as he recoils backwards and attempts to run away, you put your claws into the base of his back, and as he lets out one large scream for help, or at least you assume it's help, it is definitely a scream of fear. He takes 2 more steps and sort of just hits the ground and slowly bleeds out and dies.
Okay, and how far is one of those beasts from beyond?
At least 60 feet. No. The one that's
Okay,
approaching is much closer. That one is just outside the tree line. So let's
okay,
say like
what about the one that's close?
the close one is like 30 feet away. The further one is like 60 or 70 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna position myself so I'm behind the shield wielders. What range did that put me at?
Okay. You can see that beast. He stops approaching,
Oh, okay.
and then he looks back to
Okay.
the other one, and you'll hear this Perseus and series of guttural clicks and stuff. He then drops you and goes to look at what's happening.
I'm gonna follow the dude. I assume they've already killed the midman. Actually, I'm
You
gonna run over to like rejoin Felix and my men.
okay?
I'm not gonna waste any time.
You run past the beasts. The beasts are approaching the tree line. They are in the trees. Your soldiers called out to you, like, the assassin did it. Do we continue to hold?
Pro- For now, prepare to retreat.
You'll see one of your men, or 2 of your men, are pretty beaten up. One of his shield is sort of just split down the middle. He's kind of holding half a shield at this moment. They maintain formation. Felix stands behind them. The 2 beasts sort of step into the trees and look around, and they see the lot of you in your formation. And then they look at the fallen midman. And then they look at each other and point at the body, and take a closer look at it, and then one of them gets up and roll for initiative. Unless
Oh,
you
boy.
plan on just running away. Although, you probably should roll anyway.
I don't roll good one day, right?
Actually, I probably should just done team initiative. We'll take Hyman's roll first. You guys go first.
Let's see.
You see one of the beasts, the beast that was tying you up, or at least starting to. He's reaching his hand out again, but he doesn't look. He's reaching it out towards you guys, but it doesn't look like he's not like grabbing at you or anything. But that's the motion he's making.
I assume bulwark stance and fucking call out to the beast. Tell them their muscle's dead. They can't. They have no chance of winning. Fuck off and back to wherever they came from.
Okay. Felix.
So how close is he to Perseus?
Yeah, how close are they?
They're like 2 of their own steps away from you guys. So like 30 feet. I don't know. 15.
I can close that distance to attack.
I'd say close the distance right now, and then
Yeah.
there's going to be a bit of like a. We'll call it some fireworks.
I rated my men in advance. However many feet it is to attack them.
Okay. So you order your men to advance. You both advance too?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to attack last. Like
Um, All right. Which one are you attacking? There's the one that's raising its hand, and there's the one that's still looking at the fallen midman.
The one raising its hand.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit.
It's like +5, right? Yeah. Oh!
That does not hit. How many attacks do you have though? I think you have 3, don't you?
I think 3 if you count my men as well.
Does your weapon attack multiple times?
Can attack twice if I remember correctly.
Yes, you have 2 attacks plus your shield offhand.
Dear God, these rolls.
Yeah, that will also miss horribly.
It's over. Like,
That will also miss horribly. Felix, or actually no, Perseus, your soldiers stand 10 strong. If only I had access to. I do. I need to change the page. I could just press normal unit attack. Oh no, it should be Perseus unit attack. That'd be much better. Let me. Oh wait, no. I just gotta look at the right. Just gotta look at my screen. Or not. Jesus Christ, I hate Roll20. There we go. Your men attack. And I think
do they do damage?
2 of them get lucky. Well, not lucky. 2 of them roll really high. But I don't think any of them hit.
Dear God, what the fuck are there? These things AC.
Did I not mention, you know, these are supposed to be very scary things? Or, I don't know, maybe I didn't imply that hard enough. Yeah, your men attempt
I'm aware.
they swarm. They swarm. But none of their attacks seem to do anything. Like, you see 2 of the men thrust their swords into the beast's, like, ankle things. They poke in. You don't think they do any damage. Felix.
Okay, time for fun. So meditate says next 3 combats. This is in fact a combat.
This is in fact a combat.
Okay, I'm going to flank that one that they're attacking, and I'm going to 86
Ooh, okay.
with cold shots.
Okay. Flanking is advantage, so +4, then your called shot is essentially
No
-4.
penalty.
No penalty?
No
Because-
penalty because of meditate.
That's right. Right. Just roll. That's so you miss, you miss, you miss, you miss, and then you
And this would
crit.
be ignoring natural AC as well.
Ignores
AC. So
natural.
it's only going to be Dex AC. So it should be
Ooh,
10
okay,
plus
fair.
whatever their Dex is. Which, based on how slow they're moving, I can't see them being too dexterous.
I mean, just because you move slowly doesn't mean you don't have dexterity, it just means you're walking. I think those 15s will just barely hit. And then the natural 20 is, in that case, a crit. Double crit. Double crit? No, single crit.
Would it be a triple because it's 18 to 20 range? And it's ignoring armor?
No.
These guys have like fucking 30 deaths or something. Jesus, they're tanky.
They are otherworldly creatures.
I mean, they do have funny, weird extendo hands. I imagine they're pretty dexterous.
Seems like it'd be the perfect time for a certain thing to get to double its dice on crits like everything else. So it is 1, 2, 4. 4 dice.
Yes.
I'm just adding this in here to make my life easy.
And the savage. Duty savage. Not bad.
And cold shot, so let's go for the arm. Actually, no, let's go for the eyes.
Are you attempting to blind it and like that?
I mean, it's called shot. Might as well actually make use of it and go for something.
Sure. There are implications. Of course, eyes, you know, if you pulp somebody's eyes, that damage isn't gonna go anywhere else. But, just so you know, if you can call shot to blind someone, someone can call shot to blind you. So
Persis will be fine. He's a big boy.
you leap up the creature and you slash at its eyes. And this is the one that is pointing, right? Not the one that's looking.
Correct. This is the one that everyone is engaged with.
Got it. As you're okay, you attack and you slash it up real good, and it howls in pain. But it's its turn now, unless you have something else to do.
Well, here's my question: does it still have vision after this?
How would you know? It is an otherworldly creature. You're attacking an eye. You can't. Are you attacking both eyes, or are you deciding which attacks go to which eye?
Yeah, we're basically going for the slash across the face on the eyes.
Okay, so you're checking across its eyes. So
yeah, because
The-
it doesn't
the
have a
big-
damage type. I'm not sure if I'm actually doing slashing or
the big misshapen black oblong things that are its eyes are slashed up pretty good, and you see this black goo pouring out them profusely. It howls in pain as a bolt of sort of like a combination of both meat and bone flies out of its hand. And let's see. How many of you are there? There's 12 of you? Both of you pick a number between 1 and 12.
Just any number?
A number.
No, we have to be specific. We have to pick the two most powerful numbers.
It's 7.
No, it's 6 and 9. Those are powerful numbers.
No, 7's the most powerful number in that range.
Okay, Perseus is 7. Felix, which number are you?
You did say we had to choose a different number.
Yeah, I said both of you. Both of you pick a number.
One? Yeah, I'll pick 7 too.
You can't pick 7 because it's already Perseus. What is Felix's number?
We'll be 6.
Felix is 6. Nine. Neither of you get hit by this fleshy bone bolt thing that just bursts out of this thing's hand. Perseus, one of your men is attacking this thing's ankle. And he was attacking its ankle. But now this big meaty flesh bolt thing has impaled him from head to ass. He is dead.
That does sound like you're bailing.
Dear God.
And at this point, I'm going to ask everybody to make a... Well, not everybody. I'm going to ask the both of you to make an emissary resistance check. Add a plus 10... No, add a plus 15 to your roll. Felix, you managed to hold it together. Perseus, you, I think, also barely managed to hold together. But I'm going to ask you to do one for your men. For your men, only add plus 9. Actually, no. Add 24. Your men are scared shitless as one of their comrades in arms is just impaled by this bolt. At the start of your turn, I'm only going to ask you to make a D100. You want to roll over, or no, you want to roll under 60. If over 60, your men will flee.
I mean, at this point, I should probably just tell him to fuck off.
The other beast turns around and sees what's happening. It raises its hand, and a large meat bone thing extends. It looks sharp. Do you guys want to pick new numbers between 1 and 11? Or do you want to keep yours?
7 again. 7
Felix?
again.
You know what? Let's go with 9. Surely we can't get 9 again.
Okay.
Chooses the dead man's hand again. Oh no.
Neither of you are hit. However, one of your men, who is recoiling in horror at his comrade being impaled straight down the whole length of his body, has now been cut clean in two, as the top half of his body spins horizontally, hits the ground. You've lost another soldier. On the bright side, it's your guys' turn again. Perseus, please roll me a D100. You want to be 60 or under. Wait, you want to be... Was it 60 or under? Yeah, you're good. Your men managed to hold it together, but it is your turn. What do you and your men do?
Fuck me.
Well, is there any... With its actions that it took during its turn, is there anything showing that its vision's been affected?
Roll me an intelligence check. You feel like you have maybe harmed its vision somehow. I mean, obviously there's a bunch of black goo rolling out of those big old black gobbles that were in his head. But you're not entirely sure. Again, you don't think you've ever fought one of these creatures before. You're not even sure if you're not even sure if they're actually real eyes. Actually, you know what?
I believe Perseus.
As you watch it a little bit, it does seem to raise one of its hands to its eye. Its left one in particular. The other one still seems to be tracking you guys somehow. Maybe only one of those eyes got pulped. But it is your guys' turn. What do you do?
Okay, how would I take the first turn here?
Huh?
How would I take the first turn here?
Sure.
Because if we can blind it, that puts us.
I mean,
Let's try that, Jazzy.
Literally and figuratively.
6 seconds in character talk.
I'm telling my men to begin retreating. We already lost 2 of them. I want my men to retreat at least.
Okay, your men retreat. They have no qualms with running away from this battle.
Okay, and before Perseus leaves, I'm going to call shot attack the other eye.
Go for it.
Oh wait, I'm dumb. I forgot. I get to have my dex with this now. I wasn't sure a bit higher than I thought. Anyway, I forgot. I don't add my dex, actually. Take off 3 from all of those.
Making this difficult. 26, 27, 26 hit.
24, 13.
And just calling them out by what they are here.
Is that
26,
how many?
27, 26 hit.
I'm assuming
And
crit force because of the 20.
crit. No, actually, no, hold on. 26 shouldn't hit, I think. Okay, only the 27 hits, and it's not a crit.
It's natural 20.
It's not a crit. Doesn't clear. It hits, but it doesn't clear.
I want to roll my crit confirm.
The crit confirm is automatic. It doesn't confirm.
We're now introducing the recast edition.
The confirmation is counting the difference between what you rolled and what their AC is, and it doesn't confirm.
Okay, so it's 18 to the other eye.
Okay. It howls and cries out. What do you do, Perseus? Unless Felix, you have anything you want to do?
And then I'm going to join in retreating.
All right, Perseus. Are you retreating now?
Yes.
You run away. The lot of you are in full retreat. You hear some heavy footfalls and guttural clicks and wailing. And if you look behind you, you'll see the beast that grew the sharp appendage is following you guys, kind of. It throws that sharp appendage from its hand. You guys want to pick new numbers, or are you cool with keeping 7 and 9?
I'm keeping 7 and 9. Or I'm keeping 7.
I'll take 9 still.
Neither of you are hit. However, you'll see the blade fly straight past the both of you, and it collides with one of your men. It doesn't just cut him in half, it practically explodes him from the head down. The nearby area is just covered in his blood and guts. The blade lands in the ground ahead of him, and you continue to run, but the beasts do not pursue. And you're out. Well, it is 11. I think this is a good time to cut it off.
Okay, how
Damn.
close were we to actually killing one?
I didn't think they would be that strong.
Yes, and I do believe Sparrow said that emissaries are even almost as strong or stronger.
Look, I'm strong legionnaire, man. I fear no evil.
Yes.
If it can bleed, it can die.
If it bleeds, we can kill it, is the quote. Well,
So how close were we?
to what?
I don't think we're gonna kill it at all. Those things don't even
Yeah,
have health bars.
pretty close.
Those things weren't gonna die after your second attack, or after your first attack was like barely did anything, and you had to like blind it. I'm like, this is not gonna go in our favor. Plus, every attack made against it, even the high rolls, didn't do shit. That thing had like 1,000,000 AC and like 1,000,000 fucking dex. It was going to kill all of us. I mean, we might have been able to whittle it down, but
So here's the thing: if it had been blinded, we would have advantage on it automatically, and it would have disadvantage.
So, I will
Still has
say
a
that
partner.
you can kill them. They are killable. Whether it's feasible to kill them, at least in so few numbers, that's another thing.
Okay, what percent did we get it to?
How much
Yeah,
damage
what
did
percent
you
did
do?
we wipe at? The only attacks that it took damage from were Morgan's attacks. None of mine landed.
Yeah, and because they're called shots to a specific body part, particularly the eyes, those are also kind of... They're not doing full damage to the thing. They did full damage to the eyes, but there's no spillover. So you were very far away. Let's say you're like maybe 5% of the way there. I don't know. I'm not gonna do math.
Dear God, man.
Look,
We could have done
if
it.
I needed to describe how bad these things are, I did it now.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying dear God because of like their numbers or anything like that. I'm saying dear God because those things are fucking tanks. Good lord.
Okay, we had it though.
I mean, you and I probably could have killed it. It would have cost us a lot, but us two alone could have killed it. It's a
Yeah.
shame I lost like 3 fucking soldiers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to update your soldier count on your token. Them dudes dead.
We have to like retreat to town and like figure out how we're gonna go about all this.
Hey, you know, maybe they'll think we're cool because we fought when he lived. And we blinded him.
It's true, we did fuck them up.
Yes, you've hindered a beast from beyond.
I mean, hell, we blinded it. And that's a pretty big, that's a meatball.
But what if it wants revenge and brings friends?
Well, we can't see shit now.
Yeah, but there's another one there. And you know that there is a beast from beyond hive up north of you.
Is that what the thing that looks kind of like a dungeon is?
Yes.
Okay, hear me out. We get the Legion to go there.
Well, I was hoping you guys would have visited one of the villages, but that's fine. You spoke to One Eye, got One Eye. You spoke to Pappy. You got told what to do if you want his help. One of you has big thoughts in their head.
One of us has pants fully shitted. One of us has big thoughts in their head. One of us has like 10,000 swords.
To be fair, you're the one who decided to like fucking molest you before attacking. I was like,
I was
wonder
like,
when he's,
I
wonder
wasn't
when he's
sure
just gonna
what to
auto
do.
die.
I was like, we win. There's no way. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, they have like this retarded mid man as like their muscle. They're fucking weak as shit. We'll like stomp them. That hubris died pretty fast, but that at the time was what I was thinking. So I was like, I'm not in any danger. I could kill this thing. Then Poppy's like, bro, use your athletics check, and I'm like, athletics, you say, not strength. It's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. Well, that was it for today. I will now cut the stream off.